This is part 9 of LINQ tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss the difference between select and select many methods with examples. Let's flip to Visual Studio. So here I have a new console application. All I have done so far is created this student class. This is the same class that we worked with in the previous session. Notice the subject's property is a collection of strings. Now what we want to do is print all the subjects of all the students on the console screen. We can achieve this either by using select or select many methods. First, let's look at achieving this using the select method. So let's flip to Visual Studio. So within the main method, we're going to make use of student class, and we will invoke getAllStudents static method, which is going to return us the list of student objects. So from the list of this student objects, we want to just retrieve the subject's property of every student. So I'm going to first use select function to achieve that, and then specify our lambda expression x such that just retrieve subject's property. Now here subject's property is returning list of strings. And if I hover the mouse over select extension method, notice what this method is returning. It's returning I enumerable of list of string. So it's like list of strings. So let's use a variable of type I enumerable of list of string, and let's call this result. So at the moment here within this result variable, we are going to have list of strings. So in order to print the subjects of all the students, we will have to use two nested for each loops. So the first for each loop is going to loop through the list of strings. So list of string, let's call this string list and result. And then we are going to use another for each loop to loop through each string that we have within the string list, and then print the value that is there within that string. So for each string, let's call it str n string list console.writeLine, write the value out to the console. So now when we run this, as you might expect, all the subjects of all the students will be printed out. Now let's see how to achieve the same thing using select many method. So instead of select, I'm going to make use of select many method, and the lambda expression stays the same. Right, now when I hover the mouse over select many, look at what it is returning. It's returning just I enumerable of string. It's not returning I enumerable of list of strings. Right, so with select many, we are not getting list of a given type. Instead, we are getting a single list of in this case list of strings. So what is select many going to do? It's going to flatten list of a given type into a single sequence. Right, so in this case the type is string, so it's going to flatten all the 4 string arrays into one string array. Okay, that's why we are getting here one I enumerable of string array. So let's store that in I enumerable of string. Let's call it result. And then since there is going to be just one collection, we just need one for each loop to loop through all the strings that we have got within this result. So let's go ahead and print it onto the console. So let's run this. The output should be exactly the same thing. So in short, what is the difference? In this example, select method returns list of strings. So obviously to print all the subjects of all the students, we will have to use two nested for each loops. But on the other hand, select many method flattens queries that returns list of lists into a single list. So in this case, to print all the subjects, we just have to use one for each loop. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.